All right, Coach. Tough week for you last week, and 24 hours of waiting. But how sweet was it for you and the team to kind of just have that moment together yesterday when you found out you made the playoffs?
Yeah, it was a great breakthrough moment because the program continues to take further strides, pushing it forward and forward. And you know, the plan, the objectives is just to continue to be the best we can. I mean, the idea that we want to be the best in the country. And this is that next step, being the third year of playoff eligible to get our teams that we should make it into the playoffs now. Really happy that we made that hit that marker and moving forward.
Did you feel pretty good that when you compared the other team you were probably competing with, that your resume just was better?
Yeah, our resume was better, and that was the part where you never know when it comes to the subjectiveness of the human opinion. However, we felt when you really did put our resume versus the other teams the other team that was being considered, we were a league champion. Our losses, as disappointing as the losses are, their fourth quarter last play kind of losses against playoff teams, against the league champions. So we're not backing away when we're scheduling things, and so I think that says a lot to our scheduling, how we do it, the competition we do play, and at the end of the day, when you're all things considered, yes, our resume is a lot stronger than the other team, and so we want to now continue to make it stronger by moving forward.
And talk about this opponent. I looked at their test this morning, and they look, at least offensively, they look like they.
It's a long reading list, wasn't it?
Yes.
It's a lot of stats there. They're very good, and Jess Digger does a great job with that program, and their offense is a real highlight of what they have going on over there. There's going to be a very, very fast tempo. I think you see a lot of the same DNA being translated from an Oregon type of offensive philosophy. They've got a quarterback who is 6'4", 225 pounds, and he's just a really solid physical runner. He's a leader in their team. You're looking at defensively, though, it should not be overshadowed by the offense because their defense is outstanding. Very physical front four. I think their linebackers are able to be able to run and clean up behind those front four guys, but essentially their defense is that they believe their defensive line is just that good, and they are. They're a very good defensive line. So so all three phases, they're humming. They're number 4 in the country. It's a great football team, and there's nothing to doubt. You try to look for the chinks in the armor of Sioux Falls, and the reality is, we got our hands full. So we need to put together a great game plan. We need to have a great week of preparation, and now the euphoria of being a playoff team it's exciting. But now the reality is, let's go to work and let's take one step today and just do our best with what we have today. And we're looking forward to this game on Saturday.
And do you think it helps that you were on the road last week and you got to go on the road this week, and the fact that last week it looked like you guys started real slow, and then once you got in your momentum, you kicked in, and then it was a game.
Yeah.
Can that kind of, gone through that, can that kind of help in this game?
It can. I think because the way we frame our attitude around here, the way we frame, hey, what's our corporate mindset around here, and which is every experience is a lesson. And now the winning is a lesson, the losing is a lesson. Traveling on the road, our team flies quite a bit, so the flight thing is not anything that's new to us. I think where we want to do is just take the lesson and learn as best as possible about what happened last week. How do we adjust? How do we continue to use that as a moment to grow? And our guys are there with that. So we're fully excited about this opportunity coming this Saturday. But we also want to maintain our ethos is that, hey, we're just trying to learn every day, trying to win every day. And that comes from that growth mindset we talk about. So I'm excited about this, the lessons we did learn last week, and see how it helps us become that much stronger and a better football team this week.
And then just really quickly, you've got a little bit of there's something in common with Sioux Falls. You're both former NAI programs. You guys have a history in the NAI playoffs. You've got players or guys on your coaching staff who've played against them, and then their head coaches and Azusa Pacific alum. What has this kind of crossover been like? As you prepare for an opponent, is there any familiarity there because there's stuff in common?
Yeah, I think you've mentioned pretty much all the familiarities. Jess Digger, he's a friend of mine, and he is a guy who I have a lot of respect for in this industry, and really a lot of respect for what he's done at Sioux Falls. It'd be the second time we played him. He played when he was the head coach of Mid-America Nazarene. So I'm very familiar with what he does and his expertise, and he does an outstanding job. But we do have playoff history together, and so they came to our house in 2004, and we were able to come out on top. Their offensive coordinator was a player on that team in 2004. So there's a lot of history of that. And Bob Young was their head coach, and that was his last game he played. And collectively, we have the utmost respect for their program. They're running a really professional organization. I think their athletic administration has just been nothing but stellar when it comes to setting this playoff, hosting a playoff game, and all the support they've given us. So, I've got a lot of good things to say about them, and I think that's where the familiarity of two NAIA teams making the transition to Division II, and then not only making the transition, but finding great success in Division II. I think it speaks a lot about our two programs. So it's going to be a great game, and that's why I love playing opponents like this.
Thank you, Coach.